This mid-engine car was a complete waste of space, a waste of everyone's time and money, and despite 6 cars being built, the car never rallied. Much the same fate was to befall the RS 1700T, which was built as a rear-wheel drive supercar. Unfortunately, by this time Ford's rivals, especially Audi, were starting to build 4-wheel drive supercars, and although this car was tested with both turbo and non-turbocharged engines, Stuart Turner took the decision to scrap it in March 1983 before too much money was wasted on this project as well. There followed a period of intense frustration for Escort fans and shock. The Mark III was a front-wheel drive car, and although Ford tried to do the best they could with it, there was a belief at the time that front-wheel drive cars just couldn't cope with the power needed to make them competitive. And to be honest, Ford's heart was never really in it, although works cars did appear for, amongst others, Malcolm Wilson. When the Mark IV appeared, it was much the same story, and it wasn't long before the only Mark III and Mark IV cars competing were rear-wheel drive cars that had been converted by privateers wanting something a little bit different. Ford's third attempt at a front-wheel drive Escort rally car was the Mark V RS2000, bringing back a name from the Mark II era. The first rally cars took part in the RS2000 Challenge, a series mixing racing, rallying, auto tests and sprints, and offering fairly decent prize money. Too much, in fact, and the cost of running the series was its downfall, as Ford scrapped it without any thought for the competitors after just 2 seasons. This was a shame, because the drivers enjoyed it, the cars were fun to drive, and the series had a lot of potential. "1994 saw a limited presence for the remaining cars, which were generally converted back into Group N spec. But in truth they weren't really competitive against cars like Vauxhall's Astra GTE, which were lighter, more powerful, and had the advantage of a limited slip differential fitted as standard. With Ford offering very limited support, it was left to teams like Gordon Spooner Engineering to try and develop a Group A Formula 2 car for themselves. Amazingly, with assistance from Mountain Racing engines, they did enough to build a car that won Formula 2 on the 1994 RAC Rally. The 1995 season started full of optimism, with 2 Gordon Spooner run cars for Evans and Manxman David Higgins, the younger of the 2 Higgins brothers. But this was a season that Nissan really got their act together, and both Evans and Higgins had more than their fair share of incidents in their efforts to match the pace of the far better handling Nissan Sunnies.